Hello and welcome back. Today is day 4. It's going to be such an incredible day. This sunrise pulling into Carrara, Italy was just breathtaking. Having a sunrise like this just gets you excited about the whole rest of your day. I couldn't wait to get on the bus and head to Florence, Italy to see a friend of mine who I've never seen in Italy, but I've seen in New York before. So I was incredibly excited to get off the ship. What are we doing today, Sam?
We are getting on the bus and going to Florence, then being able to wander around and see things, and then we go off to a castle for a wine tasting.
Who might we see?
Simone.
Have you met Simone yet?
I have not met Simone. I had to come all the way to Italy to meet Simone.
So a good friend of the vlog is here in Italy, and he's from Rome. Hopefully he can help us get some good food, maybe some nice lunch. So now it's time to get on the bus and head out of Carrara, Italy, and go into the country a little bit further to get to Florence, Italy. The drive on the bus was so interesting because, yet again, you don't get views like this in America. There were so many villages along the way and farms that just look so ancient in comparison to what I'm used to seeing. So a nice looking church over there and a castle over here was super interesting for me to look at, and I just kept swiveling my head from left to right in the bus, trying to catch everything that we were passing. And after about a 2-hour bus ride, we ended up in Florence, Italy. We made it to Italy. We are in Florence now. We're taking a little bit of a tour. They're going to be taking us to the piazza where we'll be let loose to discover the city by ourselves. After arriving at the piazza, I got a message from my friend Simone that he was nearby. Hello, Simone! Hold up. How are you? Very good. We just sat down here. If you want to join us.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I know he is watching, so thank you so much, Simone, for coming all the way up to Florence. It was incredibly appreciated. It's just so great to have friends that you want to connect with no matter where you are in the world. After grabbing a quick coffee, Cafe Correcto.
Cafe Correcto.
And now with Simone, now we're headed to some of the sights to see in Florence. Going to try to get some photos just with my regular camera. I have the film camera in the pocket. And photos I took. Get ready for quite a long sequence of photography from Florence, Italy. While running around and just being focused on capturing what I'm seeing, Simone was being a great tour guide and telling us when we're about to turn corners that we might want to have our camera up for. Wow, the layering. That is so cool. So after our wonderful tour of Florence, Italy, we came back to the same cafe that we started at because they had what they said was an authentic Italian pizza. And after grabbing it like a New York City slice, I tried my first authentic Italian pizza. And the sauce was incredible. But I would still take a New York City slice over this. Shortly after we got the pizza, Simone unfortunately had to head back to Rome. But he gave us one of the best tours that I've ever had in Florence. It's the only tour I've had in Florence, and so many great photos. After eating our pizza, we got back on the bus and we went to our next stop, a beautiful wine vineyard in the hills of Tuscany. At this vineyard up on a hill in an old castle, they store all of their wine in these big round wooden barrels. They took us through some tunnels that were underneath the castle where they had like these old rooms filled with old wine bottles. This was such an interesting experience because I never thought that I'd ever be able to see the inside of a castle, let alone the old cave-like rooms that have so much mystery around them. Like, you don't know what's happened in there. Like, you don't know what history that has. Something crazy could have happened in there. Anyways, we got a quick tasting of all of the food, and this was probably the best tasting that we've had on this trip so far. After that, we had about an hour of free time to just kind of stand around and enjoy the area and the scenery before hopping back on the bus and heading back to the ship in Carrara. As soon as we got back to our room, we noticed that they put some really nice macaroons in there for us to try, and we just sat out on our balcony and looked out at Carrara. This was such an incredible experience, and I had such a great day. Definitely exhausted by it, but tomorrow we have another fantastic day where we're going to be trying some new restaurants on the ship, risking it all to win the jackpot, and enjoying the iconic Scarlet Night on the Virgin Voyages ship. I can't wait to show that to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? I'll see you in the next one.